as a founder and owner of a very fast growing tutoring company, the number one question I get asked and that I see teachers struggling with is how to get tutoring clients. So in this video today, I am going to give you some examples and tactical ways to get free tutoring clients without paying anything in marketing or about nothing. And then I'm also going to give you a little insight about paid marketing options for tutoring clients. This is very different than just spamming on Facebook, but these are real tactical ways that actually work. So if you're anything like me, when I started tutoring, you were balling on a budget. And if you're a teacher, you were that exact same way. So most people that I work with, interact with, really want a way to get tutoring clients cheap to free. So let me go ahead and run down some options, and I'm going to give you some quick insight how it's worked for me. And I'm also going to give you a couple of negative free options as well that I would stay away from with a 10-foot pole. So my first one is very basic. It is pretty much simply posting on mom groups. I would not do more than once a week, and also local word of mouth groups, maybe once a week, and kind of spread it out. But any more than that, you're going to be spammy and you're going to get annoying. If you want details on how to better script that out and have a more strategic style of how the post should look, I have my school community linked below that goes deep into all of that to better help you. And then other things with Facebook is I would actually stay away from the mass online tutoring groups. There is a lot of them out there, and a lot of them are pay to play, but there's so much competition, and normally it's just honestly a waste of your time. Another thing that I like to get free tutoring clients, and this one has paid off, and my last free workshop I believe was over a year ago, and I'm still getting clients from it now, is honestly doing a free workshop. You can do this on Zoom, you can do it in person. If you're going local, then do it in person. The way I did it is with my local library. I did a couple of them, but you can do it with schools, you can do it for a variety of things. I stay away from free sessions, but free workshops are a really good way to show off your skills in obviously a very affordable way, and also to a mass group. What I do in those is I do not pitch ever, but I say, hey, if you need help, flyers in the back, and people still refer back to those workshops. And what I really like about them is taking photos. This one, you obviously have to get clearance if you're working with kids, and you can always block out your faces, but those photos you will still use over and over and over again. So free workshops, free Zoom, totally a win. Another thing that most people don't think about is you can get a free Google Business account and then link it back to a website. And there's free website platforms as well. Personally, I like Wix. It's not perfect, but it's really easy to use, and it's not sponsored by Wix. But what I would do to get a free, hit more Google searches is I would make a Google Business account. I would maybe make a one-page free website and make sure I show a photo in it, and I would link those two. And then I would ask for reviews. And it doesn't have to be with tutoring clients. If you've been in the classroom for 20 years, you probably have some families that you have helped out that can vouch for you. And that is a really easy, free way. And then if you're local and you have a local address, you can actually start coming up in the search engines. And it's very free. It's a really good way to find clients, or pretty much for clients to find you. Another thing that is a hit or miss, I have had some luck with it, in other areas I haven't, is flyers for school. Obviously, that's not completely free, but you can print the flyers at your house. Sometimes you have to run it through the district. What's easier is working with private schools, or just giving a small stack to the guidance counselors to keep it really cheap. But that is a really good way to get referred out, to get clients fast. But like I said, it can get really, really expensive if you have to pay for printing. And if you're really on a low budget, then just do it for the guidance counselors or for the teachers with a QR code. Another one that I really like is Nextdoor. I actually used to run some ads on Nextdoor. My ads were not doing well there, but Nextdoor is actually a good place to get tutoring clients. You kind of follow the same principles. I actually wouldn't bother with the Nextdoor business account. I would just post once a week to the general Nextdoor, feature how you're going to do this, what you're looking for, and how you can best support students. And like I said, in the school community, we have all of that together. And then even TikTok. I am on TikTok for test prep. I kind of did it for fun to actually support my students early on. And I even have a picture in my office that I started looking at just a second ago, because my coworkers were, the people that work for me were picking on me about it. But my TikTok account has been getting leads consistently, because what I do in it is I explain SAT and ACT concepts, and you can do this with any kind of level. And what will happen is, yes, of course, I get the teenagers commenting stupid stuff on there. But what happens is the parents end up in my DMs. I do run some ads on there, but I was getting this way before ads. I get this on videos that are not boosted. TikTok is a really good way to start. It's completely free, and you can even do it as simple as just doing math explainer videos. One lady I follow in there has like 25,000 followers. I have joined her lives, and she gets high volume, and most of her lives is literally a whiteboard explaining math problems, and she will have thousands of followers and tons of leads from that. Very simple. Show your face just a little bit, but it doesn't have to be all featuring your face. Okay, free stuff that absolutely do not do. Please do not post on Marketplace. Please do not post on a pretty much offer up. And then please do not post on Facebook groups that are more international focused. All of those is a total waste of time. Marketplace, people are looking to save money. And so if you want to be a budget, then I guess that's fine, but that's not a sustainable goal. Craigslist, OfferUp, all of those, people are looking to save money or get something for free. You don't want to waste your time there. And then the international groups, you're going to be competing with people overseas who charge $5 an hour. Ideally, that's not what you want to charge, so you are always going to be losing that battle. So just don't even waste your bandwidth, stress, or anything like that. The next segment is going to turn into paid, and I'm going to only go into the light paid options. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about paid marketing. Now, you are probably thinking, there's no way I'm going to do any paid marketing. And that's fine, but you can save this video for later if you do get to a point and you want to invest. So I'm going to touch a little bit on some numbers. I am not a Google or Meta ads expert whatsoever, or TikTok ads expert. I did pay for a very expensive coaching that has paid off in spades. I am learning as I go, but this is going to be a little bit of what I have seen, especially on a local scale. So first of all, you've got Meta ads and technically Instagram ads, depending on how you want to run it. If I was a newbie really balling on a budget, I would do probably a $10 a day boost within the Instagram ecosystem, because it's the easiest to understand. And you're going to want that to run for at least 5 to 10 days to get true results. The best way to do that is actually do a photo of you. If you do not want to do a video, a photo of you with a student, or a photo or video of you explaining something. Those are going to be the best bang for your buck. Not anything cheesy. Now, for me, I have pivoted away from doing some of that because I'm running sales, and that's a little bit different. But for a beginner, that's what I would do. Just make sure that you're not doing $3 a day or $5 a day. I have found that personally, that's not worth my time unless I am trying to just generate long-term traffic, but not do sales. So with Google Ads, at this point, I'm getting better at them. I don't feel 100% confident, but my ads are still profitable. One of the best things for local businesses, especially if you start selling higher ticket tutoring, is running Google Ads, but this is my big caution with it. If you are not ready to spend $50 a day, and yes, I said $50 a day on Google Ads for a little while, I think the lowest that I would even consider spending is $36 a day. It's probably not worth your time. So Google Ads are really, really good, but it's a large investment. And I'm not going to get into TikTok ads, but very much the same way. If you're not spending $50 a day on TikTok, it's pretty much a waste of time. Okay, other unique ones that are kind of like a one-time hit that really help. One is just joining your local chamber of commerce. What I like about this, and if yours doesn't do this, you can ask for it, is ours, when you join, you can network, obviously, but you can normally give a stump speech and be able to hand out flyers. I've given out tons of business cards there. I've had good connections. I have people that still come back from it. It depends on your city, how much it costs. Mine's a little bit more expensive where I live, but I do know there's some that are super cheap. That is a good one-time annual investment that will pay off, and you can continue going to the meetings. Another one is sponsoring events. I've had a hit or miss with this. I haven't done a full sponsorship event because those are thousands and thousands of dollars plus. But being a sponsor of certain events, especially with our local high school, has helped some. It's helped traffic. And overall, it has paid off. Another one that no one thinks about doing is donating to silent auctions. Most of the time, and this is kind of paid, kind of free. Most of the time with silent auctions, most people don't cash in the voucher. And then if they do, then it's obviously paid. But what you typically do with silent auctions is you don't have to be there. You donate a like $50 or $100 tutoring gift certificate, put it in a Dollar Tree frame. Very simple. You make it pretty on Canva, on free Canva, and then you give them business cards, flyers, something, and they will leave it out at the table and feature you. You can even throw in some pencils or something to make it look cute. Very cheap, inexpensive way. You can get lots of leads from it. Just be very strategic. My last one that has been honestly my favorite, and I will probably continue to use them once a year, is I got connected with a really good high volume newspaper where I live, and I'm not in a big metropolitan area, and they have done a couple of sponsored articles for us. I might be even remembering my numbers wrong, but it's been between $500 to $750 for a one time. But what they did, and if you go with a smaller newspaper, it's going to be cheaper, is they did a one-time push on their newsletter, on their stories, and honestly, that got local schools' attention, that got local guidance counselors' attention, and I still get people on the phone or on the phone with our team who would be like, I read about you in this article, and I have still been following you since. So it's one of those things that you might not see results right away, but I plan to run, at least with this particular newspaper, at least once a year, because every single time it kills it in volume. So if you want more support in a cost-effective way, we have launched and I mentioned it earlier, a live school community where there's going to be coaching and training videos and resources just so that you can learn how to grow and scale your own tutoring business. If you're thinking about leaving the classroom, tutoring is a really good option, but you do need the skill set to be able to not teach, but to market and grow your business. So if you want to learn more, follow along the journey, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you around.